Welcome back to the ETF Inspector. It's Wednesday, August 6th, a little after 5 o'clock in the evening. Markets are closed, and this is our daily coverage video for the Roundhill 0DTE funds, QDTE for the NASDAQ 100, XDTE for the S&P 500, and RDTE for the Russell 2000. Now, I also forgot, didn't set myself up. We also added YBTC for the Bitcoin covered call strategy. All four of these are covered call strategy ETFs. They are all focused on weekly income. And Wednesday is a big day for three of them, the 0DTE funds, because they announced their distributions this week. Before we get into it, a reminder, I'm on X at ETF_Inspector1. Every morning, I post the 0DTE trades performed within the funds in case you want to follow along or if you like using them to help you with your trading strategy. But let's go ahead and take a look. I had that set up, and every time I click off of it, it goes away. So the NASDAQ, the S&P had big days today. Not so much for the Russell, and some of our funds related to YBTC also had great days. We'll look a little deeper on an individual level in just a minute. We'll start off with QDTE. We'll talk about the trades first. This one hurt, but it's okay. There's a silver lining. So this morning they sold 367 calls at 23,200. That did not end well for us. NASDAQ ended at 23,315.04. That's $115.04 beyond the strike. So that will be the cash settle price, which comes to a $4.2 million they got to fork out. Take away the $459,000 they received on the sale this morning, and it was a loss of $3.7 million on the day. We won't be recovering from that this week, that's for sure. We are now well into the negative, so we'll see how the trades go the rest of the week. Just trying to scratch and claw back at that, but we're not getting back into the positive. QDTE for the holdings, nothing changed from yesterday. We still have the same deep in the money calls, the same quantity of contracts. There was a change in outstanding shares. 110,000 people took their money out of the fund, so we're now at 24,030,000 shares. The NAV was 35.02 when the day started, but QDTE was up on the day, so it will be up above that tomorrow. Let's see. Sometimes the funds take longer to update. That one's correct, 35.31. So it did not keep up with the underlying, the index, and that is because once we hit that 23,200, we were now having to pay dollar for dollar to close back out on the contract, so we were not able to realize the increase the rest of the way. That's why the NASDAQ outperformed the fund. There's a $841 million assets under management that will be increased tomorrow when we open up based on today's increase in the value of all of these deep in the money calls. Today was declaration day for these 0DTE funds. They announced 23.8734 cents per share for QDTE. That's really right along average. I should have just went with the average. It didn't seem to matter that they did not perform well trading that week or that the fund share price was down. Nothing seemed to matter. My guess was off by almost 10%. I thought that they were going to go low, and they did not. So nice surprise to the upside based on how they performed. So today was your last chance to purchase it. Tomorrow is X date, and then Friday will be payday. Next is XDTE. They sold calls, 646 of them at $63.30, collecting $2.98 per share. The S&P or SPX closed at 63.4506. That is $15.06 beyond our strike. That's what we've got to pay to close it back out. $972,000. Take away the $192,000 collected earlier, and it was a loss for $780,000. So again, we are deep in the negative trading on the week on this one as well. Silver lining, though, I started to say on the last one, right, is the value of everything we hold increased. So our share price is increasing because the value of what we're holding is increasing, but we're losing the trade, so we are not doing well on the income side of things, but we are doing well on the growth side, and that's kind of the backup plan for paying out the distributions. Speaking of which, they announced 25.6623 cents per share. Again, right around average, so I should never have dropped the average. It doesn't seem to matter that they lost money on the trading week or that the share price dropped. They're paying that average, so you may see a little less effort put into my guesstimates moving forward. I might just start making my guesstimate the average, but I was 10% off on this one. No change in these holdings as well. 405 million assets under management. That will go up. Again, the fund was not able to keep up with the underlying index because once it reached 63.30, it was losing $1 for every dollar it gained and unable to keep up. 43.72. That was before the day started. Went up 0.5%. That would be like 20-ish cents, which makes perfect sense. We had about 20-ish, 21, 22 cents. We're right around the same range. So. Okay, RDTE, the Russell, sold their calls at 22.30. We know the Russell was down today, so that ended up being a win as far as our option trade. Let's see, they opened at 23.071. At one point, we were in trouble, deep in trouble. I'm looking at the wrong one. There we go. They opened at 22.24, and we sold at 22.30. That was pretty risky, but it only went up $1 before dropping. Never really approached our price, so we didn't have to pay anything to close it out and got to keep the full $170,000 premium. We are still deep in the negative based off of the big loss on Monday. So all three of these funds are in the negative as far as trading income for the week. Distribution announced for RDTE today was 26.23 cents. These are the only ones that actually came down off their average some. So it went right in the middle, right? So their average was around 28 cents. I guessed 24 cents based on the fact that they lost money in the trading and the share price dropped. And then I went and looked up distributions when the share price was more in that range. But they went right in between at 26 cents, so I missed by 8.5 cents on that guess. No change in these holdings as well. Obviously, they will decrease in value slightly tomorrow based on I think I forgot to update that. Hold on one second. 22, 21, 29. For some reason, Excel doesn't catch on to the Russell 2000. So I have to do that one manually, and I forgot today. RDTE, though, this one's taking a little longer to finish updating, so it's showing break even, but it looks like it closed down 3 cents. So that'll be negative. And this is the reason RDTE actually outperformed the Russell, because while their holdings decreased along with the Russell, they sold calls that brought in money that they didn't have to pay to close out, so they actually brought in some money. That's why they beat them. But this will be a negative 0.2%. Nope. And I'll let this one update on its own because this one's a formula, as you can see, compared to these. I just have to enter them. 4.2 million outstanding shares, no change there. 142 million assets under management. And finally, YBTC. This is our new addition to these videos. There were some changes. Okay, so YBTC, if you didn't catch yesterday's video, I spoke to a representative from Roundhill on the phone, and they do not give us their trade information. If we take a look at QDTE, I can click and download their trades. If I take a look at YBTC, no trades. So they're looking at it. As of right now, they do not provide that information, but we can still provide coverage just to let you know how things are looking. We just aren't able to generate our income numbers. But we do know they made a trade yesterday because they now have 17 more contracts in their synthetic for CBTX, and in turn they sold 17 more contracts for their covered calls. So that means they purchased 17 more calls, sold 17 more puts at this flex option price of $27.8343, and then they sold 17 more calls expiring this Friday at the $27.5701 price. They are currently 1.06% out of the money with 2 trading days left. We also have synthetics in IBIT, which is 12,500 contracts at the 66 price expiring 9/19, sold $66 calls for this Friday, and they are very close to the money, 0.73%. As you can see, CBTX was up almost 1.5% today. IBIT was up 1.5% today, and YBTC is not done uploading yet. YBTC, as you can see, beat them both, up 1.58%. For some reason, there's just a delay on the fund, and that seems to happen a lot when it's a fund that holds funds and options. But anyway, it was a good day for our YBTC. Yesterday, they announced the distribution, so you're getting 50.6468 cents. That yesterday was announcement day, today was X day, and tomorrow, Thursday, is payday. Currently, our synthetics are in the negative. The CBTC, I didn't mean to write C. CBTX synthetic would cost $4.6 million to close out, and the IBIT synthetic would cost $1.2 million to close out. These are more of placeholders. These just allow us to sell calls, but obviously it's better if the prices go up so that they end up making us money when we close them out. All right, so good day for YBTC. Options wise, they won on RDTE, and then they lost their trades on QDTE and XDTE, but it's a good day as far as the share prices rising. So that's about it. That's all the coverage for today. Good luck in your trading tomorrow. Watch out for the posts in the morning letting you know what the trades were, and then I will talk to you in tomorrow evening's video. Have a nice night, and talk to you tomorrow.